Buon pomeriggio tutti. Good afternoon, everybody. Today I am in a place called Walnut Grove, part of the Pioneer Village in eastern Iowa. Specifically today, I am in St. Anne's Church. It's a beautiful place, and I thought it'd be really cool to share it with you all. So I'm trying to get some good shots here from the inside of the stained glass. Because as you'll see in a moment, we're not allowed to go into the facility outside of certain events. But this is a really cool place. I thought it was really cool to take a video and share it with you all. Starting inside, as you can see, and then we'll migrate our way outside. Get a shot of the whole church. Now, aside from some really cool stained glass and good looking pews and beautiful artwork in here, why would I want to come by and check out a church? Well, this church, this specific church, has been around since the mid 1800s. And we'll go through and read some of the plaques and just kind of give you an idea of some of the history behind this church and its importance. And when I go outside, I'll walk around it and get some cool shots of the stained glass. Now, as you'll see here in just a moment, there's a gate here. So, outside of certain events, which you can actually book this for, things like a wedding if you'd like to. Outside of events, it's closed. So there's that. I would like to go upstairs, even though it may not be a much different of a view. I think it'd be still cool to check it out anyway. And here's the actual entrance to the whole church here. I'll go through and read all this stuff for you. Just kind of give you an idea what this place is all about, why it's here, how long it's been here, and just some cool stuff about this place. Now, as I said, this is St. Anne's Church. I'm going to read the plaque here. The altar section was built in 1853 and the main section in 1870. It was moved to this site in August of 1985 from the original site 2 miles west of here. Preserved as part of the Scott County's heritage for generations to come. And indeed, it's been around for a while. As you can see, this was dedicated in 1986. We got a lovely picture here of the original church in its glory. And, as I was just saying, you can actually save the dates. If you'd like to, you can actually go ahead and come here and enjoy yourself your wedding or some important life events. There's the QR code if you care to check it out on the website. Out here in Scott County, Iowa. Very cool that you can do that. Got this cool paneling along here, and you'll find out it's also at least the ceiling rather is original, and the embossed siding here is part of the effort to restore it to its original glory. Now, I've been here just to check it out. It's not entirely clear to me what this is necessarily supposed to be, but I do like it. I think it's pretty cool. And it looks to me that they've got an original piece of carved, looks like marble to me, carved stone set in here, and a bit of protective covering. Over here we have a little memorial to a Eugene Shaw, Roger Shaw, and John Ferris. There we go. Pretty cool. Very nicely done. And because it's here on the open, let's open it. Viaticum. Very cool. Over here, we've got a couple sort of certificates of recognition for the historical preservation and the Historical Society, Scott County Historical Preservation Society in Iowa here. One for the Conservation Board and one for the Board of Supervisors. As you can see, these were dedicated as of May 1985. So just a little bit after the plaque over here was dedicated. Just, sorry, about a year later, this was dedicated. This plaque was 1986. And we've got a bit of information here about some donations and some of the folk involved here. So I'm going to read that. It says, Old St. Anne's was doomed for destruction until officials from the Conservation Board had the vision to save the landmark and move it to Scott County Park. And with the foresight of the Board of Supervisors to provide relocation funds, it was moved on August 28th of 1985 to reserve a part of Scott County's heritage. The vestry and altar section were built in 1853 and served as the original church, and then the main section was added in 1870. The vestry was removed prior to the move due to its deteriorating condition. Most of the restoration was done by park employees in a professional manner. The old church was modernized over the years, and the interior fixtures were dismantled or replaced. Therefore, the search went out for old pews and altars. The present altars come from the old St. Joseph's Church in Preston, Iowa, and the pews from old St. Joseph's in Kewanee, Illinois. Therefore, the church has been basically restored to its original state, dating back to 1870. The oak floor on the altar is original, as well as the vigil light, the baptismal, and the Stations of the Cross. The embossed metal walls in the entrance were restored with material salvaged from the vestry. The ceiling is original. Chris Grell, a student at North Scott High School, made the missing spindles on the balcony. His instructor, Lynn Rath, supervised the project. A special thanks to Father John Hines and the parishioners of St. Anne's for the donation of the church. We also appreciate the support of the Scott County Historical Society to help save the building. See here a list of folk who provide some donations for the restoration, as well as the names of staff who actually worked on said restoration. And if you'd like to, there's a phone number there to call to get some information on the use of the building for weddings and other things. Very cool, I think. So before we head outside, just want to get another shot in here, just because it's very cool. And the sun is coming through the windows quite beautifully. seems they've done a wonderful job in the course of preserving this church. Now, let us retire outside. Check out the church from there. There's another plaque out here as well, which I'll read to you. Now, coming out here, we've got, it's called Pioneer Village, which you can come check out. I asked the park rangers about this. It seems that it's open for most of the year, but is effectively closed down during the winter months. So sometime starting in like October, November, until springtime, somewhere, like March or so. So you can still come check it out and walk around, but the facilities themselves are effectively closed down. But you can come by here during the nicer months of the year, and they'll have events apparently going on and shops functional. It's a pretty cool place. And right across the way from the church, as you can see, just fields. In this case, a whole bunch of corn. Here's the plaque right by the front doors here. St. Anne's Church. Originated in 1852. The original frame building was erected in 1853. It is now the vestry. Moved to Walnut Grove Pioneer Village in 1985. Iowa, 150. Celebrate our states, 1846 to 1996. Peaceful little place out here. I have to come back here at some point when the village has got some sort of activities going on. Could be pretty cool to check out. Let's see if I can get some decent shots of the stained glass from the outside here, as well as just a shot of the church and proper from the outside. Again, just saw this and thought it was pretty cool. Thought it was really cool to come check it out and just share it with y'all. See if we get some decent shots of the stained glass here. But it's a beautiful place, and they seem to have done a magnificent job in maintaining it and restoring it. I think it's pretty cool to come check it out when it's actually open for some sort of event. Be able to walk around it completely. And the same thing again for the Pioneer Village itself. And then back here, we got a whole bunch of forested area, public park, shelters, places people can camp and hang out and just spend time. It's really nice. Sorry about that. for us dropping stuff. Oh yeah, that is St. Anne's Church, originally built in the 1850s. Moved out here in the 1980s and stands here today as a part of the Walnut Grove Pioneer Village in East Iowa. If you get a chance, come check it out. But thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. You take care and stay safe. Enjoy your day. Until next time.